Hello and welcome back if you're not new, and welcome if you're new. I haven't uploaded in I think it's like 3 days, which doesn't sound so bad, but the problem with me not uploading is, of course, if I wanted to, I would, which is the problem. I didn't have time, which also means I haven't been drawing for the last 3 days because I've been doing other stuff. I've been working, and I had another double shift, which is by my own design, but I had like 10 and a half hours yesterday of working, which is like I have a little like 2 hour break in the middle, and I was like, I'm not gonna be drawing. I'm just gonna sit in my house and do nothing. So that's why I haven't done anything before this. So it's another drawing. I think it's really good actually, and you're probably wondering, why is my wallet on the sketchbook? Well, that's because the paper is like folding back on itself. It's like it wants to be closed, of course. So I have to prop it open with something to make it easier to hold. And now you're probably asking, what about the t shirt? Well, the t shirt is mine, and that's because the table isn't mine. I'm staying at a friend's house, making sure his cat has food, and somebody cleaning up the poop, which is me. So that's why I didn't want to mess up his table if I was to use ink or something like that. So I'm just being extra careful. Yeah. Well, one thing, we're getting close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind, please like, subscribe, and comment. Especially comment, because I'm looking for questions to a Q&A I want to be doing when I hit 1,000 subscribers. But I need more questions, and it can be anything. It can be a huge question about the meaning of life and deep stuff, or it can just be how I'm doing, or what I think about this and that. Yeah, I have a couple of questions now. I'll be, of course, answering and showing the name of the person, or the username of the person. And yeah, so please interact with that. Do something with that if you want to. I think it would be cool. Or just subscribe. Like, yeah. Well, one thing actually about this, video stuff is like, it's so random, and especially for me right now, it's random. It's like it's you aren't guaranteed anything, which is a weird feeling when most things in life, the more you do it, the more you're guaranteed. And of course, my stuff has been going up until this month or last month, which is like June, which is has been like my worst month ever. Like in newer time. Don't get me wrong. Like in the last 6 months, it's been the worst month on YouTube. But that doesn't mean it's been bad, because compared to the year before, I'm sure I've done better. It's the same with just anything, as like it's May was really good. June wasn't so good. We can hope that July here, which we're beginning to now, is better. I think it will be. I hope it will be. It really depends, but I can just it's a little bit sad, but I think it's okay. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you about my week I had. Well, not my week, but the days I've had with my kitty cat, which isn't mine, and just life in general, I think. I came here and I was like, yeah, what can I do? So the first night I had work in the evening, and which meant I was like yeah, I just went home, just chill. Actually just sat here for a bit and just watched a movie because I was having a little bit of a hangover. Not too much, but I was just tired because we went to bed late because we were at our student graduation party. So there's like, I was pretty tired. I didn't even drink that much. I was just tired after the fact. Um, yeah, so I didn't do much that day. But the next day I had a plan, because in the morning at about 10 a.m., and there was a flea market going on. And I'm like, okay, I have nothing better to do, and I might as well, because I love, if you don't know me, I love flea markets, I love thrift shops, I love used, I love vintage, all this sort of stuff I like. I was like, but mostly with this flea market, it's in the small city close to me, is where I'm residing now in my friend's house, and it's usually people's old trash things they don't want to throw out because they think they have value, but they don't. Like and some of the things have a little bit of value, but they price them too high. Like that's the problem with, not with reselling, but with just selling used things in general. There's people who understand it, how to make a profit, but not make like insane amounts. And then there's people who do it like these people, and they're very sweet and nice people, don't get me wrong, but they have too high prices for not that great things, I would personally say. But I'm going around looking, and there's a bunch of crap, and there's cool things, but like too expensive things, and there's stuff where it's like, yeah, that's not for me. That's just some kids. I think there were like three boys. I think they must have been like 12 or 13 or something. They weren't teenagers, but they weren't kids. They were like tweens. Isn't that what it's called? And they were definitely hustling. They had all their old toys and Lego and games and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I was taking a look, but I was really sad. There's nothing that caught my eye, which was like, okay, I need that. So I didn't. I sadly didn't buy anything, but it's like, I respect the hustle. I would say, because I think that's a good way to start actually making some money. It's selling stuff you already have, because I promise you, everybody has stuff they don't need. Everybody, and somebody out there probably has the exact thing you want, but they don't want it anymore. Like, I think that's the thing. So going there, I find a booth with an old lady, and she has some vinyl, and I'm like, okay, this can either be crap or good. It was really good, like really good, and the prices were actually pretty fair. Some were a bit more expensive, but of course, like the old Beatles albums and Pink Floyd and stuff like that, which like people know about and people want to purchase, were expensive. There's some Clash, some you know Beach Boys, other cool stuff, and then one of my favorite bands, of course, since I'm lucky, the person, she had like three Doors albums, and I made a deal on them. I got them for 400 kroner, which is a good price for four vinyl. They're from 1973, which means one of the albums, LA Woman, which came out in 70 or 71, I'm not sure. I think it's 71. So it's 2 years after it came out. They're really old, in the best way possible. And they were just a bit dusty, so they weren't like, I think they were decent quality. And I got them for 133 kroner a piece, which may seem like that's a normal price for vinyl, but um, the Doors vinyls aren't necessarily the most expensive, but they aren't cheaper than that. So a new one of their first single, or the first album, is about 180. Okay, so I saved 50 kroner. Uh, and their next album, which is like, what's it called? Morrison Hotel. It's like 200 kroner. Okay, so I saved 70 or 60, 67 kroner. And the last one, LA Woman, was about 150, or was it 200 or something? It was close to that too. So I saved a good amount of money. Um, and then we had a nice chat about her. Like it was her husband's vinyls, and I was like, and she was made it sound like he was dead or something, but no, he wasn't dead. He just couldn't be there today. So really cool. I think it was nice actually, and then we had a little chat about vinyl getting popular again, and especially music like this. But I think it's not gonna happen with today's artists. To be honest, music, there's been some very good artists, but I really think that music like this is gonna stay, like good music is gonna stay cool, and bad music is gonna stay bad. Like, it doesn't matter if it has a vinyl or anything, just cool music is gonna keep being cool, no matter how old it is or no matter how it was made. At least I think so. And yeah, which is nice because I'm trying to get my collection up on the Doors because they're one of my favorite bands ever. Um, yeah, so I got a little bit of a head start, and since I'm going to Germany soon, I will probably try to finish the collection there. So get the last two. I think I only need two more or something, or three more. Or three more. I need three more. So I have all their official like albums when Jim was alive. I just got on Vinted yesterday, actually, or yesterday night. I got an American Prayer, which is like his poetry project with like poetry with music, this kind of live speak where there's music behind it and stuff. So he's reading his poetry, which is really cool. It's really great. And hopefully the person, like, I got it for a really good price. Of course it's used, but there's like it's good condition and stuff. Um, and the person was super nice. So I just hope that they take their time by sending. I don't need it to be here tomorrow. I just need it to be here and be good. Like, I just need it to work and not be damaged or bent or anything, because that would be sad. I also looked at their other stuff. They had a lot of vinyl, or a decent amount of vinyl, on their Vinted store, but there wasn't anything that I needed necessarily. Yeah. Also, this is just a pen for my office. So, yeah. Well, one more cool thing I have to tell you about is I may have sold some stuff, but I probably haven't. I think I say this more and more these days, whereas, like, oh, people are interested in my stuff. And people are getting more interested. And I think it's because, like, not necessarily that I'm getting older, I'm getting a little bit better, not that much. But just in general, I think it's like, time in the market beats timing the market. If you get you understand it. But he just had to ask his wife, and he's, got a couple of pictures of some of the things that are cool. I have to get him like measurements of the stuff. But yeah, hopefully he'll buy something. The problem is, like, the one of the things he likes was like very expensive, which is like, or not very expensive for me. I'm also like, I don't know where his line of expensive draws from, which is like sometimes problematic. Well, it can be problematic because, like, I want to keep it as a fair price as possible, but I also don't want to, like, it takes time. It takes a lot of time to do stuff. And especially because I like them myself. It's not like I have to just get them away. Of course, I would like to get some away, just to, get more space, and especially the old stuff, which is not. I don't want to paint over the old stuff. I don't want to erase it. I like the old stuff. It has character and it shows my progress like really well. But the problem is, like, it's filling up my studio and I don't like looking at it anymore. Well, it's not like I'm not dying to look at it, if you know what I mean. It's not the best anymore, but it still shows me and what I have done, which is probably equally as important as showing what you can do. But I think I'll figure something out with storing paintings. Yeah, but I'll probably have to take some of the small ones up to my room. And I have to hang up more on my walls if I have the space. Yeah. Hopefully you liked this video. And please like, subscribe, and comment if you watched this far. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.